House call. Huh. These folk built a giant computer taking up a whole moon, but without destroying the climate or its fauna. Reckon Auntie could learn a thing or two.
Anyone standing between us and our goal seems to have a very short life expectancy.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information.
If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
This didn't happen naturally. These poor fools were flash frozen somehow.
Heads up. Rival life forms.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traders pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits, and with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of solid hoarfrost. And though the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate, it would be a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject powerless self-shenanigans. Confess my transgressions and accept retribution.
Commander, that was cold-blooded.
So,
Get it?
I just need my
Cold-blooded?
spine to re-stiffen a bit first.
Nothing.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
Wherever are they now?
I love a good killing spree.
Seems like...
With both eyes open. And just how exactly are we supposed to get that thing moving again? Yeah. Yeah.
Data brick extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted.
Oppugnant expungers. Go
to do.
through them if necessary.
Right.
Enemy in evisceration.
Every component...
once over, our beneficent ruler, the sovereign. Closer inspection.
Disruptive shall be soiled.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say,
Hope you're not afraid of
cold,
heights.
bleak, and
Looks
biting.
like we've
Yet,
some jumping
rather
to do.
quickly, I found myself acclimating to the situation and resumed what had been.
Things I'm about to do.
Makes her a better companion now than she ever was then.
Enemies destroyed. Killing time.
Relationship in this first
Seeking! I refuse all Baphomet!
Raring to go.
The Protectorate endures.
Homicidal! Shoot me up.
The storage brick is on its way.
Hold fire! This one looks friendly. Or not protectorated. Watch yourself. You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? What? Oh, you must be another case of hypothermia. Extreme prolonged exposure to the cold certainly does terrible things to our brain. It's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antes alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You poor, dangling remainder. Your brain really is frozen, isn't it? Originally, this was a subterranean network that let folks move between the critical components of the archive. But now, for us, it's a tomb. Hundreds of us have already perished within these frigid walls, and no doubt, the rest are predestined to join them. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play. Though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. May the universal...
friendly now, but it's only a matter of time.
My scouts reported significant activity in the archive, followed by a mysterious figure emerging from it, which was obviously you. A notion that fills me with questions. So many, in fact, that I have precious little idea on where to start in the asking. I don't suppose you would care to enlighten me as a beginning to our discourse? You took the archive? On your own? That's quite a feat. Even after combining our forces, we've been unable to accomplish anything close to that. My name is Provost Finch, and I've been appointed as leader of this motley band. Correct. At first, we were antagonists, warring against each other and the Protectorate. But then, the Protectorate locked the lifts and doors, trapping us all beneath the ice. With no escape or access to resupply, continuing to kill each other made scant sense. So, I reached out to their commander under a flag of truce and suggested a temporary alliance. We would pool our food, warmth, and resources while here, and could go back to killing each other if and when we make it to the surface again. Over a month, and we made peace about a week later. I held off a bit, needing to really take stock of the direness before making my offer. Hardly. It took days and days of getting more and more close-fisted with our resources before we decided to set terms. But it's a good thing we did. We'd all be dead otherwise. Of course. All we have to do is fight our way into the breaker room and turn the lift and door access back on. But we've lost dozens in that attempt. Now, we wait, having calculated that the odds of rescue being greater than our chances of successfully assaulting those defending automechs with ever-diminishing resources. Thank you, stranger. Perhaps it's just my desperation speaking, but since you somehow made it down here, placing my faith in you seems like a preordained outcome. Good luck.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. Just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
So, you want me to take off your top?
Caduceus detected. You are cleared to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an anti-source field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Yeesh. Never bring a wrench to a Crabble Claw fight.
Enlightenment.
That machine needs to working up. But we ain't got the tools for it. Yet, anyway. Let's go switch on the system, huh?
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Proceed back toward the Archive Central interface while I assemble additional instructions.
So surely not Protectorate. The lifts are once again working. I honestly cannot imagine how you've managed such a feat, but on behalf of us all, I am truly grateful. As soon as we finish gathering supplies and rallying together, we'll be returning to the surface. I wonder if this truce will hold or melt in the sunlight.
Remember, the console provides, the system abides.
Ought to hire the Protector for demolition work.
You're quite the go-getter. I had half your gumption.
Boss is waiting
I'd have
for you
landed a
inside.
spot on it.
Nice work securing the archive exterior. Went off without a hitch. I'll be your on-the-ground liaison here while you wrap up the rest of your work. Per our agreement, you'll take control of the archive, run your little calculations on the rifts, then hand the, Calcaduceus over to us. How's that all coming along? Splendid. Believe you'll need to service the reactor and punch processing next. I heard some inside info about the upper levels from a scientist we used to have stationed up there. The reactor has systems that may be rewired to provide an advantage over Protectorate troops there. The Order stashed caches of useful items behind secret panels in punch processing and reactor control. I could share the passcode for a price. What? I solicit bribes from my employees all the time. Oh, fine. Guess I do want you to finish up here. All right, use the following phrase in the terminal on the top floor in the archive. Enumerative exaltation. That'll unseal the caches. All right, I'll leave you to it then. Check back later.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Your call, Commander. Either we head to the reactor or punch card processing.